fucking Bob?
Yeah, it's fucking Bob.
No, we're not Bobless.
All right, man. That's awesome.
Now,
I always go to work.
Now, somebody promised me Moxie.
Yeah. Sorry. 80-hour work weeks for like the last 6 months of getting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm working 2 jobs basically. Right now I'm doing one that's. Hold on, I gotta plug in my headphones.
Oh, wow.
Basically, I got my 50-hour a week gig right now. Then I got a 30 to 40-hour gig that I'm doing for video games and stuff. So that's been taking up most of my time. All that.
Hey. You go to work for a video game? Hello.
No, it's a gaming website.
Yeah, I say not as glamorous as it sounds.
It's a consumer-focused gaming website. Looks at business practices within the industry and that kind of stuff.
Oh, all right. Rock on then. All right. Yeah, I've been crazy too. Mine is work plus 3 kids going wild. So.
Hey,
I would go as far as to say the 3 kids is a full-time gig and then somebody.
Yep.
Now, do little bitlings go wild? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I believe that he has kids. We've seen them, but he says they don't play video games. And they don't like.
They play video games. They do.
Okay.
They're on Wii. They play it. No.
All right.
It's just the tablet games they don't play. There's a difference.
Not that often. What is it? They like the Lego that we have. They love that stuff. Like
Lego Star Wars. And
Lego Star, Indiana Jones. They love that one. My oldest son loves Indiana Jones, so they're playing Lego Indiana Jones. And my middle son plays this motorcycle racing game, MotoGP game. What else? They play. I try to get them to play, Angry Birds since I bought it. They play that once in a while.
Like Angry Birds.
That's almost retro at this point.
I know my oldest son says he likes space. He says, "Ooh, they have an Angry Bird space. Maybe that's better."
Oh, dude.
So maybe but today they did play the tablets because. But I gave Rusty. We're talking about I don't let the kids play with my phone. Since I got the Blackberry Z10, I took everything off my Palm Pre and loaded it up with a bunch of free games that came in the HP store, and so they can use that like for traveling, like tonight, which was really crucial. My wife gets home late because it's tax season, so I have to take the kids. And tonight was my annual HOA meeting, which the whole community comes to, which I couldn't miss. So I had them there in the school cafeteria. One with the Kindle and the other with my Palm Pre, playing whatever game they chose.
You read, you play, quiet, go!
Yep.
Why does this sound so choppy on my end? Oh, it could be because I'm downloading a Linux distro. That would do it.
Okay then.
Oh no, Rusty, you're coming across kind of echoey and stuff on my end, so.
Let me log into the, I haven't logged into the Google Docs yet. So let me do that.
Google Docs? What is this thing?
Well, it's this precursor to the Drive,
What do they call it, damn thing?
Dude, oh my god, that fucking video still gets replies. Holy shit.
Which one?
The one that you ended when you were doing the Linux show, Rusty.
Oh god.
And you know which one I'm specifically talking about.
I get comments on videos from 2007.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I have there's 2 videos I have. I have one they call basically it's like the top 5 reasons like Linux is a terrible desktop OS.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't so politely naming it on the title, but I believe it was the top 5 reasons Linux sucks. I believe it was what I called it. No bait on the title.
Well, no, and what's really funny is, I mean, it's got this published. All videos like it, they have this like published date that is clearly years ago, and it's like people, and it's like, okay, it's 2013. You're replying to a video from 2006, like it's yesterday.
Well, it's funny because it's like one of my first videos I did for YouTube was Linux versus Windows versus OS 10.
Oh, I think I remember that one. Oh, man.
And, okay, let's put it this way. The machine I was running on was from 2005, which I think it was a Dell Precision M60 or something. It was freaking old hardware. I still get comments on that video. Well, that's just wrong because I made a comment about being able to restart X by like a key combination. Mm-hmm. And people were like, oh, you can't do that now. It was like, at the time, it was accurate.
Yeah, at the time. Jeez. Did you see the date, sir?
Yeah, I think it was like 2007 or something.
I think that was years ago. I think and it's funny how I was like basically telling people this was the recommended hardware if you wanted to do a Linux system, and it like had completely 180'd, and they were all mad at me because it's like, no, it's blah blah, no, it's blah blah. I'm like,
I know.
I direct your attention to the date.
Dude, I have my overclocking video is probably one of the most popular, and I'm going to be when I get back into videos this year, I'm going to be updating that one because I can't tell you how many people hit that overclocking, but it's dated now because Intel finally got on board with having onboard memory controller hubs to their chips, so they don't have the massive.
I know. So you don't have to solely rely on AMD for overclocking anymore.
I guess Intel decided they were tired of losing money to that aspect, and granted, AMD was never the best at it. It was just kind of this over marketing.
It's over Intel. I did mine on 6400, but you know, you had a separate memory controller, so it goes over on the motherboards on what you do. This is not really relevant anymore. So
yeah.
So.
Ben, I gotta ask a question. You have the Z10, right?
Yeah, sure do.
How is the pairing with the playbook?
It works. It's great. Why?
Well, for someone who preaches platform agnostic,
yeah,
you know, like I do, I went with a playbook because they're cheap as shit, to be honest.
Yeah. But boy, what a deal though for that money.
Well, I was gonna say, I think I spent $179 for the 64 gig version.
Okay.
So it was as a tablet, as a consumption device, they are not. like the ecosystem around the playbook, it is not a consumption device unless it's local. But I was just curious because like the business tools on it are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, you know you can sideload any Android app in the list.
Oh, I know. First thing I sideloaded was the Kindle app, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like that about Blackberry, you know, and it's not that sideloading is not the same as jailbreaking, because basically Blackberry left all of the hooks ready for it to happen. You know, they're not out there bitching about it, and basically you just get the bar files and load it on, and it runs on the JVM. So I think it's pretty damn cool. The people have got Netflix and Instagram already running on the Z10 via sideloading. So
yeah, it's one of those.
And let me tell you, they have an application now that makes it really easy to sideload. It's like you install it for Windows or Mac, and that's it.
Oh, dude, there's even easier. There's an extension. I can't remember if it's Firefox or Chrome.
Right.
You can literally drop a BAR on it and drop it onto your playbook.
No shit.
How does that run on efficiency? I haven't had any first-hand experience. I knew it was an option, but I was like, the way it's working, like you say, it's through a plugin. Is it efficient enough that you don't care, or is it?
So what?
Is it efficient enough that you don't care? I mean, is it? a good experience, or is it so-so?
The experience is like stupid simple. It'd be like pointing to an upload as far as your folder.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about usability. I'm talking about the less than optimal execution.
Oh no, the apps run fine.
Okay.
I mean, how the apps run?
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
They run fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like any else.
Now, I can only speak for the QNX based playbook. I can't speak for the QNX based Z10, which, by the way, I have been looking at getting potentially.
Yeah, I think I love it. Man, I freaking love it. It's not WebOS's card system, but it's pretty fucking close. It's pretty damn close.
I was gonna say because I ended up purchasing was it a Motorola or Zyborg or whatever the Zoom 2.
Right.
Whatever the hell you want to call them. And I was like, I'm missing something from my tablet experience because I use most of them as consumption devices.
Right.
So, but yeah, I got as far as the OS, I love QNX. It's fucking awesome.
Isn't it awesome? I mean, in the playbook definitely functions much closer to WebOS than the V10, but because you can swipe up and kill it and all that other stuff. On the Z10, what they do is kind of like an expose type thing where each card is a square or like a tile, and you can kill it, and it kills it. Because I tried to load it and it didn't shift shit out of memory like other OSs do. And
would that be the single function OS? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't run streaming apps and enter the calendar or change an appointment without closing the prior app.
Yeah, exactly. It's awesome, and I think their flow and the peak is really quick. It took a little bit, getting used to up and to the right, but now it works great. So, the battery life is.
I was gonna say it's like the playbook. It uses all four corners of it. It's
yeah, it does.
That getting used to you're talking about it. As far as I'm convinced, it's one of the few things that's really missing on the mobile OSs. It'd be nice if Android and Blackberry and the other ones would allow you the same customization you have on the desktop, where default behavior is X, but if you want to swap it around some just because you have bad habits you picked up somewhere else, you can.
Right. And see, BlackBerry 10 is also different. The applications can be widgets and applications simultaneously. So when you go out of the app, if the programmer did it, it'll go into widget mode, and you can leave it running for as long as you want. Just keep going to other apps, and you'll always put your little expose section and go. Like for instance, there's people starting to use apps that for email filtering. All you do is just leave it running, and it works great. It's like it's like a little widget form and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I was gonna say, Ben, are the programs still mostly Java or are they mostly HTML? Because as far as QNX,
they're supposed to be able to get in deeper. It's going to be both. I think more HTML5, and when the APIs come available, they'll have more. I'm sure they'll have more. I don't know the word to use. Ways in and methods to program.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was just curious because there's some apps on the what is it? Apple.
All Sideloade apps run on our job, maybe.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they have to be.
But no, because some of the apps on the playbook, which are HTML5 and Java-esque. I don't know what else to call it because it's really not. It's Java, but it's not. But
ports.
I was going to say, well, you can tell the Android ports because of the way, like the music player that I had, it's called Cubed. And
okay.
as soon as you swipe down from the top, you see the little Android back button on the bottom of the screen. It's like,
yes. Yeah,
I was like, that's how you can tell it's an Android app.
That's right. And the playbook, that's how you can tell. Absolutely. Yeah. But it does. I think it runs them well, and you can do a task killer You know that. You can put the task killer on for all the Android apps, and it'll kill them if you want. I have that installed.
Well, apparently I'll have to reinstall that.
Yeah.
Install that.
Yep. I use a task killer on mine. And let's see what else. Oh, fuck, I forgot what
And the show has completely devolved into a talk.
I know.
The Z10. Guess what? In the browser settings, they say, would you like us to look like a desktop, or would you like us to look like a mobile phone? Right in the settings. You didn't have to do any kind of bullshit like we did on my wife's phone. It's right there.
I'll give Android credit. You don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, really? Okay.
In Chrome, I'm not sure about the default. Like, I know Chrome's the default in most phones now, I think. But in the stock WebKit browser, or Blink, or whatever the hell Google's calling it now.
Yeah, they added a thing like that. And in both cases, though, this back and forth fight on that creates issues, because depending how it's identifying itself and how the site's doing, it's the same thing. I want to know if certain aspects of the user agent string are still there in the Blackberry one when it does that, because there's a lot of user agent based tests for which version of the page to put forth that aren't browser mode tests, they're user agent based tests. So the fact that you're on a mobile connection would default it back no matter what the browser's telling you.
Right. Well, I can tell you though, you're going to know some of the apps coming out now because they're using Cascades, which is based on Qt.
Yeah.
And man, some of those apps are freaking kick-ass. And that's what BlackBerry really wants to be, used on the CNET system. But I know they have C and C++ libraries in there and all that shit.
Well, it's good to see their, because I know they're using the same build environment, or Canonical is basically using the same build environment as BlackBerry.
Right.
For their convergence device, whatever the hell Canonical is calling it this month.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I think BlackBerry's off to a good start, man. I read a lot of articles that say, "Oh, BlackBerry's not dead yet." Cool.
Hi, we're not dead yet.
No, but I think the rebranding of just being called BlackBerry also probably helped them too.
Yeah, no more RIM. That is kind of yeah.
Well, okay. What do you think of it when you see a QWERTY keyboard on a rectangular candy bar phone? Oh, it's a BlackBerry. You don't think research and motion.
Exactly. So let's see. Yeah, I love that Z10. You'll see their settings and just play with one. Go to the store and play with one, man, and go to all the settings. It's awesome.
My only question is, did they fix? Because I know on the the playbook, it's an issue of the wallpapers don't fit right with the orientation.
I don't have a wallpaper on mine. I have to. Never did one. Like you mean a custom image or something as a wallpaper?
Yeah, like
I've never done that, so I have to.
Like on any Android device I've used, the background formats to landscape or portrait. So on the playbook it doesn't do that. Like there's a specific dimensions that you have to set it to, and even when you do that, 90% of the time it doesn't set right when you switch from either horizontal to portrait.
How do you like that lock feature? How you can lock it from flopping around on your ass? Because that's one thing I goddamn hate about tablet. The other time they fucking keep flipping every time I say, I don't want you to flip, damn it. It's over.
Well, that's why they switched them over to eyeballs now. So if you just glance somewhere, it'll flip for you.
No, I don't want Samsung's cheap crap they're doing on the S4, thanks.
And doesn't it handle Flash beautifully?
That it does. The Flash, it almost reminds me of the touchpad. The touchpad did a lot of crap badly, but Flash did fine.
Yeah. See, Apple? See what you can do, Apple?
No, Apple can't do that.
They're just too good for everything else now.
Yeah.
Everything has to be HTML5, Mr. Bit. Yeah, I know. I'm still fucking waiting.
Well, you know, did you see?
You know, it's gonna be 2020, and I'm still gonna be fucking waiting.
Did you?
Yeah, then they're gonna be on HBO 17.
Oh no,
Apple's just so fucking ahead of everybody, man. It's 2020. I still ain't got a fucking HTML5 standard for shit. Oh yeah, but that's the fucking future, man.
You know what? Apple should be damn fucking happy that future didn't come, because people actually threw HTML5 at the iPhones and the iPads, and they damn near crashed. They couldn't handle it.
Yeah, that's the only reason a lot of the, like, spec-wise, the iPhones and all that stuff went up, is because it's all going to be, you know, HTML5.
Yeah, but when Apple was in the middle of preaching that boisterously, their hardware couldn't handle HTML5 at all.
Have they recovered from their Maps disaster yet?
Oh, actually, they have a plan B, but they're not calling it that.
Yeah.
They're basically they've been talking with Yahoo. They're basically
everybody's just so fucking worried about Android fragmentation and they can't get their fucking head out of their ass and realize that fragmentation's a goddamn good thing. You know, I haven't seen it really hurt development at all. You know, to me, it's like this fucking mythical bullshit that people talk about with fragmentation. You know, has Apple ever understood that multiple people like very different things, and it's a good thing that it can be that different?
This is Apple you're talking about.
For everything. And by the way, an iOS upgrade is a necessity. There is a difference between a need and a want. Usually when you have an Android device, an upgrade, you're like, huh? Really? With iOS, it's like, finally, I can copy and paste.
Without jailbreaking.
That's the difference. You fucking need the goddamn upgrade to that. I'm so sick of this bullshit. I read these fucking pundits can't get their head out of their ass. Fragmentation. Like, that's all they fucking got.
So Ben, the question would be, if you feel that way about fragmentation on Android, how does that feel on the Linux desktop then?
Well, but Android is, right, it's a difference. The thing of it is like Red Hat has taken distros and flavors of Linux and is hugely in the enterprise. Just like Samsung's taking their share, Google's taking their share and making it, you know, the identity.
Well, and honestly,
HTC, I don't have a problem with that.
I would make the argument that, to be perfectly honest, Linux is not as fragmented as people want to make it out to be. I mean, it's why there are exceptions to this. It's okay. Are you running KDE or GNU?
Well, who cares? What's the problem with it being fragmented? There are several brands.
Well, no. But that's what.
Everyone else.
But Ben, that's what I'm getting at. What he's making fun of is the fact that you don't develop for GNU Linux just for GNU Linux. If you develop for Linux, it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to run on your Linux. There's the Ubuntu Linuxes, there's the Red Hat Linuxes, and then there's the which desktop environment was it on for. But really, they're separate OSs. It's, you know, okay, are you running GNOME or are you running KDE? Are you running Debian or are you running RPM? You know, it's or are you running somebody who just wanted to be different?
Android isn't separate from that because usually they handle all the underpinnings, give it to the end users, or the end vendors like Samsung, who just skin it essentially.
Well, it helps when basically your OS is really just a VM. That also tends to help.
True.
Yeah.
So the underpinnings at that point really don't matter. It's like, hey, can the VM read the drivers?
Yeah, but then you have projects like that make my head hurt. Like, hi, turn your Android device into Ubuntu. I'm like, so let me get this straight. I'm running a Linux kernel, running a Java virtual machine, running a virtual machine within a virtual machine.
Yeah, but not all everything. But that's the catch of it is not everything in Android runs on a VM. I mean, on your phone, yeah, there's most apps, but most things that Google has already done, like for instance, I mean, Google's speech thing slaughters Siri. I mean, you can speak to it, and on my wife's Motorola, that thing gives an answer. My friend's fucking iPhone is like the stupid bullshit that goes,
I call that.
It goes like this. Ding.
I
I want to know what the hell X and X is. Ding. I watched a fucking YouTube video where the guy was showing off Siri. He fucking totally edited out the other ding. I was like, that's fucking bullshit, man.
I know, but I call that the Google curve because you remember when Gmail's spam filter came out? It sucked. It was the worst fucking one on the planet. But it learned quickly. The same thing with the Google Voice thing. Google has a large enough user base that it goes from shitty to, wow, this is the best one.
Yeah, man, I'm going to tell you, Android is making, making headlines and entrenching itself, I think, really well. Because now, now there's no more of this iOS superior flow shit. I mean, Android is just as competent, if not faster in many areas now.
Do you think that's the reason Apple stopped streaming their keynotes, because they didn't think anybody would swallow, hi, we're Apple, we're better than the one we're copying?
I'm just tired of fucking Apple pundits have nowhere else to go except talk about bullshit.
But they're a whole millimeter thinner, Bit.
Oh, Bit, you might find...
You need this upgrade to finally catch up with freaking ice cream sandwich.
I was going to say, Bit, you might find this article interesting, though. Samsung Galaxy simpler than iPhone, survey says.
Oh, yeah. But we've been discussing this shit for how long, Rusty?
Yeah, I'm going to say, that was our ultimate conclusion of the great Bit life experiment.
No, I know that was the conclusion of the great Bit life experiment. But no, this is on, when CNET's getting a hold of it, you know it's old.
Well, wow.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Yeah, that is, yeah, wow.
I honestly cannot. I mean, if Blackberry were to God forbid, fall off, I'd milk the phone for as long as I could, like I did WebOS. But it would, I can't go back to iOS, man. I just can't do it.
Bob,
I hate that fucking home button.
Bob,
I hate that fucking thing.
Are we gonna take
one button besides the volume button and power button?
I'm so sick of that bullshit. And like, my friend keeps giving me his iPhone, and I don't know if to push it once, twice, hold it down. What the fuck, man? I'm so sick of this shit. Fucking one button can go to hell, man.
But it's simple, Bit.
It ain't fucking simple. It's like doing more total the whole fucking time. Dig on that goddamn thing.
You know what I equate the home button on iOS to? I equate it to the fact that for how many years did Macs have a one-button mouse?
That's not fucking true. The Macs did not have a one-button mouse. You just used it because Mac users were fucking pro users. We weren't into your fucking bullshit like slicing all over a goddamn screen. We actually used keyboards and knew that shit. So if we wanted to fucking add a goddamn another button, we used the control key.
Yeah, why have one hand do the job of two, Man,
you can go rapid fire on fucking
a bit. All I'm going to say is one thing. So when are they updating the Mac Pro?
I don't know, man.
Bob, you just brought up what I was trying to interrupt us earlier. I'm like, and how long is Bit gonna milk his last good Mac Pro?
As long as it takes, man. As long as it takes.
I think it's gonna be a while then. They did a minor hardware update last year.
They're supposed to.
I think it's just they haven't figured out how to make it.
My wife definitely is going to be getting a laptop, a MacBook Pro, I don't know which, or the MacBook Air, and I need to get another Mac Mini. Now, if it's just going to take for freaking eternity to get the Mac Pro, I don't know, maybe I have to settle for an iMac or something, but I'll wait a long time for that Mac Pro. Oh, and by the way, an update on that antivirus we're talking about, Rusty. I had that SIT and R32. I did an update and it didn't turn out well. Their newer version fucking kept freezing my Mac, and their older one was fine. No fucking problem. So I do their update on their latest SIT security suite, and it fucking hoses my OS 10. So I took it off, and now I'm flying again.
I was gonna say, ESET I would not recommend for Macs.
I had it on for years though, Bob, and there was no problems.
Well, no, I meant like the newest, like their newest one.
Yeah. I find out the hard way, man.
They're not.
Their newest one has had some issues, I guess, across the board as far as Windows do, I guess. So, which is funny because that's actually the antivirus stuff that Microsoft uses.
What, the SIT one?
Yeah, that was the stuff that they got the claim for fame for the longest time. Well, before it wasn't in security suite, it was just like because it has higher acoustic scanning and all that jazz. So, yeah, it's interesting, but that was a long time ago.
You know, that's becoming a sad trend. The new shit is not as good as the old shit.
So Apple is going to start working with Yahoo? What the fuck?
It's the rumor. Basically, Apple has been. There's a lot of rumors that are pointing towards. Basically, Apple isn't going to wipe the we hate Google egg off their face regarding iOS, and they're basically going, well, okay, yeah, we kicked Google off, but none of our shit works. So, hi, Yahoo, can we use your shit now? Because you're not Google.
So does that mean they're going to be using Bing Maps instead of iMaps?
Yeah, that's the bit that I find funny, because isn't all of Yahoo's stuff now powered by Microsoft? So wouldn't that be
right?
Yeah, so wouldn't that be Microsoft saving Apple again? You know, I'm just saying. They can sell that they're branding through Yahoo all they want. They're running to Microsoft to save them. You know?
Oh man, I'm freaking talking about Microsoft. Windows 8's kicking ass, man. You know they.
All I can say is fuck Windows 8.
I second the F Windows 8.
I like it. And I like its recovery. It's like recovery modes. Like if you
fucking burn in hell Windows 8. Okay, I'm speaking strictly as a non-touchscreen device. It's terrible.
I don't know. I like it. I like them tiles.
How much time do you spend in the classic desktop mode, though?
Not much. I mean, each app, like I mean, I'm in a lot of development stuff. I guess you suppose. Yeah. I guess if that's running in it, but I use that tile system a lot. I mean, I'm going back and forth with my keyboards and stuff like that, and I like to be able to see information right away. It's like all the icons that I had in Fences already on my Windows 7, but now the icons are much more intelligent and much more revealing of information, so I dig it.
Okay. As on a touch note, like I have an older.
Man, it can search the replications and documents fucking fast, man. I go and I'm looking for shit, and it brings it much faster than Windows 7 for me.
I have it on the older Dell Latitude XT too, so it's a touchscreen device.
All right.
On there, it makes perfect sense, completely easy to use and blah blah, because I can use the fucking touchscreen. On a fucking desktop with 2 or 3 monitors, I can't do it.
I don't have 2 or 3 monitors. I have one monitor. But
I was gonna say, well, it depends on which system I'm using it on, but it's fucking on a desktop. No.
I don't know. I like it. And it doesn't.
You know what? You're strange in that regard. You just are.
So this is what I said earlier. What you said. Are you there?
Hey man, people were fucking bitching from Windows 3.1 to Windows 95, and they were fucking bitching up a storm. And lo and behold, everyone went, "Oh, this is the fucking next best thing." So I'll give it time.
I'll give it as much time as Microsoft gave Windows Vista.
I took Windows Blue.
Oh no, we're just talking about Bit's delusion, ill-natured that Windows 8. No, it's delusion. Someday you will wake up and realize that Windows 8 sucks.
Man, I'm going to use Windows 8 more on my Windows 7 machine.
He has drank the Microsoft Kool-Aid.
I know. What happened to our little Macian?
Oh, speaking of which, I got a Mac.
Oh, OS 10 I use the most, but I mean, shit. For my Windows 11, which is the majority of it, Windows 8 up there.
Is it bad when I can't remember the last time I turned on my MacBook?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's a good thing.
You know, okay, what the hell? Okay, we have the Apple guy here saying, Windows 8, baby, it's the Driznit. We have the Linux people here, one of whom bought a Mac, doesn't ever turn it on, and we have the other one. Like, what the hell happened? Everybody switch hats over the weekend or something, you know?
Well, after I haven't used it yet, I need to get a install disk to fix it. It's over run Panther, so yeah.
You have Panther? Holy fuck, man.
It's a G4.
Yeah, man, I have one G4 in my house. I don't think, because my kids now are doing more stuff on the Kindle for homework, so they're not using the G4 as much.
I need a time machine.
Dude, what the hell do y'all think? This bullshit from Facebook. I can guarantee you, I ain't touching anything with this Facebook phone with a fucking a mile pole.
I thought you closed your Facebook account.
I was gonna say, Bit. I think the only social media I know of that you use is Twitter, and I very infrequently see you on there now.
Yeah. It's like we know what's going on with Bit because like, oh look, he's alive this week. There was a tweet.
Yeah, look, hey, look, I have my intro sounds already built for 2013.
Oh
no.
Ever tweet?
No.
I forget exactly what it's called, but it's something about tweeting after you die. Like this thing would predict what you would say in Twitter normally, and then it would just say what you would say if you were still alive.
Oh, that's like 5 years old, man. Move on.
Here is the intro. Here is the sound of my 2013 intro. So these things take time.
I see a lot. I was gonna say, I see a lot of digital stuff in that regard.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, do you have the video to go with the audio?
And I'm launching a new channel too. I've been doing a lot of background work.
Do you already have like 3 channels up?
I'm maintaining my Motobit, but I post stuff to my Motobit one. Like I had my son riding on his motorcycle on there. I posted that recently.
Anyway, my response to your intro would be maximum armor.
Now here, this is the sound intro for the new channel I'm launching.
Well, why do I see like a kind of screaming terror effect going along with that video?
You guys won't guess with it.
What's this, the Evil Dead remake or what? We're playing that game that we usually play?
So,
no.
Yeah, but working on that shit.
Let me guess. Final Cut?
Yeah, my rebooting of my channel, I'm not going to be as diplomatic anymore.
Have you decided fuck them?
Yeah, and if they don't like it, fuck it. So.
Bit and diplomatic.
I used to be. Remember, I used to be like the.
The
guy that was the diplomat. You know, the mediator between Mac versus PC and all this bullshit.
No, he was actually very diplomatic, and he was nice, and he didn't like want to piss people off. That lasted about 3 months with me when rather than have a civilized debate, people were going on and on about my frickin' beard, which I don't even really have anymore, and you know, that still kind of bugs me because the people will go in the old videos where I have the what the fuck beard, and just like shave. I'm like, What? That's the best you can come up with? Really? That's just... And, you know, we stopped... You know, I've had a bad influence on you because between the politics over here and the other shit, you have honestly stopped giving a shit about pleasing people, and you're just like, no, this is what I think, deal with it.
Yeah. I know I can vent much more. So.
I was gonna say it's bad when the resident guy who prefers Linux is the diplomat of the guys when it comes to technology.
I know, what the fuck?
I mean, nobody controls Linux except for Linus. But then again, you can just fork it if you don't like it.
And that's the rest of the GNU tools.
I'll fork you.
And you can fork the GNU core tools if you want to, or use the BSD ones, or BusyBox.
So, alright, so what's this bullshit that I don't know much about the damned Xbox? What's this always online consoles and fucking...
Okay, I am not the uber game person, but the rumor going around is that the new Xbox coming out may require you to be online or it'll turn itself off, or basically it won't have an offline mode.
Okay, do you want the basic wrap-up of it?
Basically, they help the cable box that plays games, right?
No, I can give you the short version, even worse. Microsoft created director for Microsoft Game Studios. Tweets, I don't get the big deal about always online console. We're all connected anyway. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Hashtag deal with it.
Hashtag deal with it.
Pretty much. And this was...
That is from Microsoft.
This is an official Microsoft representative that basically told on Twitter, told everybody, screw you, you have internet, deal with it.
But then there was like a huge reply from Microsoft officially that said, he does not officially represent us, blah, 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 although we're not denying what he said.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, in other words, for this thing to let you play games, you have to have internet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit right there, dude.
Honestly...
Oh no, they're being... Here's the thing. They're being diplomatic about it. Ubisoft had an always online DRM scheme for a long time with PC games.
Yeah, that's the thing. This wouldn't even be the first...
How can you fucking pirate Xbox games? I mean, aren't they like cartridges and shit?
Actually, you can pirate them, but it's a lot harder to do. But once you know how to pirate them, it's easy to duplicate discs and not get caught.
Well, and supposedly with the next generation of content and so forth, that's going away.
Why don't they fucking make them cartridges like the old Nintendo days, man, and make it a bitch for people to...
Actually, people pirate DS games. Those are easy to pirate.
Cartridges are very easy to pirate, Bit.
Oh, well.
No. Microsoft is talking... Okay, basically Microsoft is talking about going away of Steam.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I look at this as the same thing as Steam. It's the same thing...
Steam offline.
No. I look at it as Steam and Blizzard and anyone, and Ubisoft, any one of a dozen other gaming companies. This is not unprecedented in gaming. Everybody's wanting to bitch and go, oh, evil Microsoft, they wouldn't be that stupid. They would be the last one to the table.
I was going to say, from a consumer point of view, though, and if Sony's not going this route, and Sony's like the king of like stupid moves, yeah, a lot of gamers are going to be going to a different console. Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can give up their Halo.
Isn't that much piracy in these get console things?
It depends on your system. PS3 not so much, or PlayStation not so much. There is some Nintendo Wii that's just fake Dreamcast.
I will actually answer that with a single statement. The pirates are pirating, and the war against them is hurting the people buying the product.
Actually, do you know why PC piracy is so huge? It's because there's kids that don't know how to use credit cards. That's about it.
No, but they know how to use torrents.
Yep, exactly. It's easy and convenient for them.
Well, that's pretty scary to have kids with credit cards, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Have you heard of those Steam gift cards where you can just get, a Steam
basically, they're kids that can't accept no for an answer.
That's a new concept to you?
But basically, it's if Microsoft goes this route, they will be going the way EA has gone. They're going the way Ubisoft. Well, Ubisoft kind of backed away from the always online scheme, but
yeah, but it's still spyware now. Like, yeah, I get Assassin's Creed from GOG and it's spyware, even though there's no DRM. It phones home to the mothership.
Yeah, it phones home to the mothership. But well, that's because there's the Uplay component still stuck in it. But like I said, I was gonna say, if Sony, who is like the king of rootkits and every other craptacular DRM scheme on the planet, isn't going the way of always online DRM, Microsoft will be shooting themselves in the fucking foot, hardware-wise. I'm not saying software-wise, but hardware-wise, as far as sales, they'll be shooting themselves in the fucking foot.
Wait, did you say people are going to move what?
They'll move to Nintendo. They'll move to a Steam box. They'll move to something that they feel isn't going to be so detrimental. Because even with like a Steam box, you still have an offline mode. Oh, hey, look, I can play my single player. Whereas Microsoft, the rumors anyway, are saying if you are offline for more than 3 minutes on a single player experience, you can't play.
Yeah, one of the worst rumors is that it not only will you not be able to play it, but it'll actually reboot the Xbox.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Well, I'm guessing like the console gamers that are like into the PS3 and Xbox 360 that want to play their AAA titles, I think they're less apathetic than the whole iOS crowds. Like, I must be like, because of the jailbreaking, you know what I mean? It's being like locked down and stuff, but then again, the console's more locked down.
But that's the basic reason why I think Microsoft, if they go this route, will shoot themselves in the foot. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Because the gamers have to give a shit.
You and this eye, I swear.
No, because it would all end up back on Nintendo.
Hey,
why isn't Nintendo being pirated as much as them? They just don't care.
It's easy to pirate Wii games. Very, very easy.
The Nintendo Wii games are basically, how do I put this? The Sega Dreamcast. Great
Sega Dreamcast plays garbage games.
Kami, shut up. Basically, anybody from the old days will remember what overburn is as far as on your CDs.
Yes.
You know, you're trying to stick 750 megs on a 700 meg CD, basically.
Mm-hmm.
There was the type of disc that a Dreamcast used was what they called, was it GCD? No, it was GCDRs or something along those lines.
Yeah.
You could actually take a full, and those were at gig capacity. You could take a full game like that and cram it down into a 700 meg CDR, just by burning the ISO.
Let me ask you this: why can't Microsoft do it this way instead of always online? Why can't they have a memory storage on the box that says, all right, they've done this purchase. So if someone tries to pirate it and that purchase mark is not present on the Xbox, it won't run.
Because that would be very easy to hack around from one Xbox.
No, if it's an internal thing, I guarantee you, I can get something there and get around that shit.
I was gonna say, Ben, are you talking about tying it to a user account, basically?
Well, it could be that, but the box itself. I guess it would be a bitch to sell your box because you'd have to. I'm thinking like those, that write once technology stuff. But I'm saying like if you sell your box, they would have to have a way to erase it, or something.
Well,
so
but you know what?
Selling your tag, the specific tag. But it has to match, like, okay, this game is here, and it checks, internally.
Are you talking about like some sort of like serial number hash?
Well, yeah, it'd be a hash, but like a write once.
Yeah, it'd be a write once, like MD5 some check.
Well, or you could do the same thing, something like HBO Go does, where you do, in order to have access, you have to verify the device. So you would have to verify your Xbox with your Xbox Live account, but once that's done, you have to be online to do that, but once that's done, you're...
So basically be like a secure ROM.
You wouldn't be able to play without, I guess you could do that too, without verification. Yeah.
So basically be like a secure ROM, but only it's tradable or not, maybe.
You know what? No matter what we come up with, some hacker will figure out a way to go, oh, so this is where the hash is. Okay, how do I copy that? Oh, that's easy. Let me, I'm sorry. It's
there's a lot of piracy on games.
Yeah, but you know what though? See, like when you do it more on hardware, where somebody has to break it apart and stuff like that. Most people who want to do freeloading, just like most people who pervade viruses, want shit simpler and faster. They're not going to fucking have to take this apart.
Mr. Bit.
They'll pay a dude $200 to do it though.
Mr. Bit, I have.
But not that many people are going to do it.
No. Bit. I have something for you to Google. What you had to do to mod a PS2.
Not that much.
Not that. Yeah, all right, but you can make shit. It's certainly hackable, but you can fucking make it a pain in the ass.
Okay, to put the argument into perspective, Xbox 360, PowerPC based, cracked very quickly after it came out.
Right.
PS3, it took GeoHots until 2010 to crack the thing.
When did it come out?
2006.
So 4 years?
The PS3 enjoyed 4 years of not being cracked.
Wow.
That was on a hardware level, and that was only because of the hypervisor layer that they put in for me to install other OS. So that you could get because originally they limited the hypervisor layer so you couldn't access the GPU. And within that layer somewhere there was a some check of something for games or whatever.
But it was eventually
got access through there.
But it was eventually hacked out.
Everything eventually was, but you can make shit in turns, it's just.
And that's and I'll give credit to Sony. That's what they did with the PS3. As much as I have other issues with Sony in general, but Microsoft, if you go through, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, I never think that it's always online. You want to make the consumer experience fun, but you also want to protect the vendors, and I think there's always a better way than always online.
Well, the problem is you're not. Here's what Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, you guys aren't getting. You make it difficult, people are still going to try to crack it. It's a game to the hackers and crackers and strip kitties and all that crap.
In fact, in some cases, the more difficult you make it, the more they're like, ooh, this became a bonus level.
It's all about the infamy in hacker culture.
Yeah.
They'll be better off if they went the Steam route and make every game $5 and $10. You know what I mean? And just make it just not be physical, because there's a lot of BS deal with Walmart. It's like, oh, I gotta predict how many physical copies I gotta sell. Blah blah blah.
Actually, there's strong indication that the next run or two of consoles is going to be phasing into that, which will basically put companies like GameFly out of business, because there won't be physical discs to pay around or rent around anymore. They will all be physical download.
No.
GameFly, yeah.
Okay, as far as GameFly is concerned, that won't put them out of business because they already have a working model for PCs.
Yeah.
As far as how their rental service will work.
But what would be the point of rent? Well, you can pay a monthly fee.
No, it's a SaaS service that they're doing. It's software as a service.
Yeah.
You pay for your PC games that you can download. You might be able to crack them. I don't know. I don't use the PC client, but
the library is not as evolved.
You don't have an active account. You can't play them.
So basically, if you pay them $10 a month, you can play what the hell you want, right?
Well, no, you can pay whatever they have available on the client to offer.
Oh, okay.
Difference.
Which is a considerably smaller library.
And unlike something like